Greetings and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Kiyonah. May you be blessed. It's a chilly day today, so hot coffee is even better. Today I'm thinking more about the next phase of our evolution as people and as a culture in the world. And I know we're all at different levels of awareness and different phases of our journeys, but I'm seeking truth that can apply to a lot of us. And so I've been thinking a lot over the past few weeks about awakening, awareness, activating, ascension, and abundance. And I've explored information that was brought to light about the Mandela effect and the Matrix and the flat earth theory. And I've been thinking about these things in relation to each other, about finding freedom from the Matrix, about walking through life as a sovereign being, about rising to our fullest potential, or rather than rising, I would say expanding to our greatest potential. And in those processes, I think you start with a lot of clearing and cleansing by purging and bringing things to the surface and seeing them now as though for the first time, seeing that junk that's accumulated, seeing those bad relationships that don't make you happy, seeing the decisions you've made that were not the most stellar, seeing those things and attaining resolution and purging them out. That's clearing. And then cleansing, doing a cleansing, doing a detox, physically and spiritually. And clearing out your space, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, just letting it go. Cleansing, clearing, catalyzing, creating, celebrating, grounding, and exploring our options from a understanding that all is well, as it should be if we are walking through life as sovereign beings, like warriors, And so the part that's coming to mind today is about letting go. Letting go of resentments, letting go of opinions, letting go of prejudices, letting go of negative timelines where you keep repeating this narrative, this story about how things happened because it serves your evolution in some way to process the relevant issues. So, letting go. Okay. Let's say something unjust happened to you and you got locked up in jail or somehow separated from the ones you love. And it was wrong to be separated. And it was heartbreaking and traumatic to be separated because of this incident. And while you were locked away from your beloveds, something happened, like you lost your children, you lost your home, you lost something that was the result of one thing after another finally piling up and causing that loss. Whether intentional or not, And so from then on, you feel wounded by that separation and you carry this story that this problem happened because of you going through that injustice. I lost my house because I was locked up for something I didn't do. And you carry this narrative. Well, if you go deep into meditation, you might see that actually you stopped being timely with your payments a few years ago. Being a little bit later, cutting it off a little, more and more, not always cutting the grass, not really knowing your neighbors, And really, actually, the seeds were planted a long time before the injustice you experienced. But you have to face that and allow yourself to feel that and say, oh, I can let go of this narrative that I lost my house because I got thrown in jail for something I didn't do. Let go of that narrative and forgive yourself for the situations that happened along the way that actually led to what happened. Let go of the feeling of injustice. Let go of the victimhood and woundedness. And it takes time, it's gradual. And remind yourself that actually things happened the way they should have. Even if you lost something really valuable, like your children or your home or something. I'm not saying injustice is okay. I'm saying let go of the chip on your shoulder. Let go of the hole in your heart. Let go of the cross you carry. Because now is a time for expansion. It's still okay to purge and clear and cleanse, but this is a great time in the spring to catalyze, to create, and to celebrate. Even if you just think about doing those things, it's an improvement. And if you can just do it once or twice here and there, that's great. And if you can take it on as a way of life, then wow, that's super awesome. And then doing these things, letting go of these chips, these stones, these resentments, these little pieces of baggage, or it's like you're a hoarder and you have OCD and you keep hoarding all these memories and keep rearranging them and looking at them all the time, even though they're from an old timeline. And you got to find the guts and the courage to look at it with strangers' eyes and say, we don't need to talk about that anymore. We don't need to talk about what happened at that time anymore. We need to talk about what's going on right now and start building a good foundation going forward. Taking baby steps, adjusting and transitioning. Like relevant to the example I just gave, start making your payments on time every month. And honor yourself every time you do and say, it feels great to pay my bills on time. It feels so great to be privileged enough to have a home and the money to pay for it. And start blessing your circumstances and catalyzing yourself to be more creative with it. Like I'm rearranging our library right now so that it's really conscious. My partner doesn't seem to care how the books are arranged, and he likes them to be chaotic and messy and not have any sense to how they're put together. But as I sit in this chair and meditate, I like to run my eyes over the books and see all the titles and the authors and the different subjects. We have Black history, women's history, all the religions and spiritualities, New Age stuff, anthropology, and on and on and on and on. And I'm arranging it so that when my eyes fall on it, it's in a pleasing pattern that catalyzes my mind to be curious about something and want to know more and talk about it. And then creating. Now I'm creating this video. But anyway, in the example, I was saying, start paying your bills on time every month. Maybe pay $5 more than you're supposed to. Maybe put a thank you letter in there to the person for understanding that you were struggling for a while. And become a proactive, homo-luminous, evolved being. Just for the fun of it, because it's beautiful and cool and amazing, if nothing else. It's a great way to walk through the world, I think, because you're humble, you are luminous, you are conscious, you have a vibratory, energetic signature that's pleasing, that people want you in their life and they want to be around you. Because you're not neurotic or enslaved in a psychic prison of pain. So after that, the catalyzing, the creating, kind of celebrating how far you've come, then I'm moving on in my way to grounding, to really grounding in my new creations, to really thinking of myself in terms of this existential context. A home in the suburbs, a pretty nice little video camera, a powerful stereo system. You know, I got the things to create in a conscious way, and it's humble, and yet I'm able to express myself as spirit moves through me, you know. So start paying your bills on time. Start adding a little more. Put in a thank you letter. Start grounding yourself in the foundation you're building for the future, and start exploring your options. You know, do you really want this situation of your life right now to be your home, your existential context? Or would you like to shift your reality a little bit? You know, would you like to plant new seeds that are going to mature like a year from now? If you want it to happen then you need to get started now, you know, in whatever way you can. And I think that these things would really bless this whole springtime with empowerment and consciousness, and just walking a beautiful path through life in a humble way, not a pretentious way, you know, or something like that, but just actually actualizing peaceful enlightenment, you know, or whatever your energetic signature is. Humor, intensity, darkness, you know, whatever it is that you are vibrating at, so that you're not distracted and just kind of half-baked, you know, in your walk through life, because you're having to split who you really are among many different people. You have to be this kind of person with this person, this kind of person with this person, this kind of person with this person. And you want to get to where you are integrated so that you are the same no matter whose world you walk through. So I hope this information can somehow bless your day and help you to catalyze and create and celebrate, you know, and ground yourself and explore your options and everything else. Because this is a great time for it energetically. I feel it in the air. We can plant powerful seeds right now to manifest an abundant future. And we're not getting paid right now, right? For creating, unless we have a Patreon and, you know, advertisers and stuff. We're doing this from the heart because this is our walk through life. This is how we are. We're part of the socio-cultural evolution of humanity at this time, you know? And we stand on the shoulders of giants, you know? And we look ahead, and we want to be able to offer our descendants something to look on fondly and being proud, you know? So we need to rise above the average and live consciously, in my opinion. I think it's beautiful. I think all the diversity and variety of ways of doing that is really beautiful too. So that'll conclude the episode today. Remember to be beautiful, be free, and be true to yourself. Remember to be blissed and be blessed because you are. And remember to take care and take it easy. And until I talk with you again, namaste and blessed be.